right, here we go. And like I mentioned, yoe IRONMEN absolutely have to win this set to stay alive right now. It is do or die for them. Immortals do have one more chance, but they can close that out right now, potentially.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be really close. Like we said before, we can't even really call this. I think the most important thing to note here is that actually Immortals have gone for 4 heavy tanks and 1 light, whereas yoe IRONMEN has gone for 5 heavy.
Oh, wow. So surprisingly enough, Immortals not having the heavier tank lineup this time around. yoe IRONMEN going with the slightly more heavier lineup on their front. So both teams early on moving over here towards this eastern part of the map. Yeah, yoe IRONMEN slightly more defensive, or actually they're both pretty evenly defensive right now, kind of sticking to their own side of the map at this point, slowly creeping towards the enemy side, and the Sirius doing a nice job of spotting those tanks trying to push over here. It's really going to come down to this medium to long range engagement. I can't see a close range engagement happening anytime soon, but most definitely a medium or a long range one maybe going to happen in the next minute or so. But yeah, just going back to the tank picks. So both teams do have 2 AMX-50s, and both teams do have at least 1 T-32. So I mean, the front, both teams do have, some good frontline tanks, and both teams do, of course, have those AMX-50s. So on that front, really even. Just the only real big difference is a T-32 for an AMX-13. So if the Immortals want to come out on top in this, they got to use the AMX-13 to make something happen. They can't allow they can't allow the Sirius to stay in one position and just not use his mobility, because if you're going with an elite light tank scout or just any elite tank light tank, then you got to be moving all the time.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to go with a tank like that, you have to use it. You have to use it to its advantage. It seems like the Immortals, like you said, they changed up their strategy a little bit. They sometimes go for this lighter tank on a big map, 1 light tank and 4 heavies, which is kind of different from their style, usually 5 heavy tanks, but like, it seems like they figured something out with this light tank that they do, that they like about it, that they want to use it for. And right now, I mean, he's going T1 hunting, so that can be good. He's trying to come around the side here. He's being a bit more mobile, while most of his forces, most of his teammates are in the back, just ready and waiting for that big long-range firefight. Like you said, he's going to be over the whole map. He's going to be figuring things out, killing T1s, getting some information, and I think it could work well for them, especially if they do it so often. So. Yeah, Sirius is doing a really good job right now. He's all over the map trying to get as much vision for his team at this point, and that's exactly what he actually has to do. Usually teams, one of the biggest mistakes I see teams do is sometimes the team will go with 1 or 2 AMX-13s or WZ-132s, and then just keep those tanks sitting in one position. The thing is, if you're gonna use a tank to be like a turret, like a standalone turret, then you might as well go with at least a T-69, at least a medium tank to do that. Because if you're gonna go with the AMX-13, you can't be like a stationary turret. Yeah, I mean
you just don't have enough damage. You don't have enough tank. You don't have enough armor. Like, honestly, the only thing you have it going for you is just your huge amount of mobility. So yeah, I mean, Sirius really doing a great job of that. He has moved all the way over to the western part of the map, though. So he's just kind of clearing out the map, just making sure that nothing fishy is going on the yoe IRONMEN side. Making sure those T1s are in check, making sure that none of the heavier forces are trying to go for a flank or anything. So yeah, really a really stalemate situation so far.
Yeah, I have to say I'm a bit surprised that yoe IRONMEN hasn't made more of a little bit of an aggressive maneuver. They know that they have that light tank on the other side, so they can go almost 5v4 over here. They don't have all the vision, though. That's the problem, I think. You can't, especially on this huge map with a lot of cover for a huge map and a very wide map, you can't just go into the enemy team and take a bunch of damage first, even if you know that you have the advantage. You have to be calculated. You can't just go in and do this, but I'm a bit surprised they haven't been at least a little bit more aggressive, trying to figure out where all the tanks are, or sending their T1s out, or doing something. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah,
definitely so. So it's about the halfway point right now. 5 minutes have gone by, and not much movement come out from both teams, except the Sirius, who has been all over the map. But yoe IRONMEN slightly repositioned, I think. I think they just kind of repositioned slightly, kind of into more of a triangle formation, kind of still on the northern east part of the map. At the same time, Immortals still really not moving much either. Yeah, Iron Buzz and I believe it is PNL on the front line for their team, whereas the Amex with these still down towards the south over there. Yeah, I think it's going to be kind of hard for us to maybe see an engagement, man. I think that these guys really know what's on the line right now, especially yoe IRONMEN. Yeah, really not budging at all. They really know what's on the line right now, actually.
Yeah, they know that this is so important. If they lose this game, they're out. That's it. You know, it's one match. It's one best of 5. And if you lose it, you are out. You don't get a chance at the championship. So they have a lot on the line. They want to play defensive. They want to win this game very badly.
Yeah.
And they're trying their best. I mean, they sent one of their heavier tanks over to the north to protect the T1s, maybe trying to snipe out this lighter tank. I'm not sure if he got any shots off, but you know, a bit of a even more defensive maneuver, you know, defending against a light tank. It's like they're just here in this position, and it doesn't seem like they want to move anytime soon. We only have 4 minutes left, but actually, honestly, I'd be surprised if we see any action.
Yeah.
But the way things are going right now,
if I were the Immortals, I would be sending my AMX 50s towards the western part and to join the Sirius over there, kind of towards the northeastern part of the map. Because if those AMX 50s can actually make it over there, and if they're able to unleash their autoloaders, that is just at least the minimum 1 tank on right there.
Yeah.
Easily. But it's really just going to come down to, honestly, it might, there's not even, might not be enough time at this point. Those AMX 50s on Immortal side really being defensive right now, really taking a step back, staying way far behind this T32 and this IS3, and still no shots have landed on either side.
Yeah, I mean, some shots have gone down. They have spotted a couple of each other sometimes, but still no damage has been taken by either team. And like we said before, I just don't think much is going to come out of this. Like, we see some shots going down here. None TW does take 1 hit from PNL. Let's see if we have some action here, actually.
Yeah, definitely. So, Immortals, it looks like they are actually slowly creeping up towards the northern part. But look at that, PNL getting punished for just poking his head out just a little bit too far. So non-TW and PNL both taking about a shot apiece right there. Iron Buzz repositioning here, maybe to try and get a better angle onto non-TW. He actually might take a shot here. He has to be careful. Non-TW is lining up here. Yeah, and the Sirius is actually, he's still up there towards the northern part of the map, around the starting position from yoe IRONMEN, but he is, yeah, he's just actually camping over there, maybe just in case he can get an angle, and also the base capture. You know, just a lot of options are available to him as long as he stays around that general vicinity. But yeah, a lot of shots are being traded right now between PNL, non-TW, and Student Yaya.
Yeah, I mean, they landed, I think there's 3 shots so far, but really, besides that...
Oh, but look at the Sirius. He's down to 384 health. Yeah, that is potentially a single shot dying. Yeah, so
he's got to be careful.
Yeah, Sirius definitely has to be extremely careful because a single tank going down right now could be the end. But look at that, Iron Buzz going to try and move in. Yeah, this looks like a push coming out from the Immortals here. They are going to try and surround and go for these members on yoe IRONMEN. But Rex is taking so much damage right now. He has to be careful. He has to get under cover before he goes out. But yoe IRONMEN looking for a surrounding maneuver of their own. They are just going to try and outnumber these Immortal tanks right now. They are going to try and go in. Non-TW might go down first. They have to take out non-TW if they're going to trade for Iron or for PNL. And that, yeah, PNL does go down right there. They still have not traded. So yeah, he is still alive right there. Savant moving in to try and do some damage here. The base capture also happening as well. So, oh, they do finally manage to take down Rex. Oh, but it is not looking good for the Immortals right now. They have lost 2 of their tier 8s. It is still even though with yoe IRONMEN. And looks like Savant's gonna soon follow after. And most likely now, yoe IRONMEN is gonna take this set.
Yeah, a lot of tanks going down there very quickly. They went for a push, and it just seems like with the yoe IRONMEN being so defensive, it just didn't work out for them. I mean, they didn't have all the heavy tanks as well. It just didn't look like the Immortals there, really.
Yeah, definitely. So the Immortals just, I think they were just slightly mistimed that push. They should have waited for, you know, the Sirius to get into position. They also waited too long for that push because by the time they got there, Sirius was down to like 300 health.
Yeah.